Hello everyone! Today I want to share the pattern with you how to make Christmas bauble. Fantastic Christmas decoration. Put it on your Christmas tree or around the house. Very nice festive colors. Using 4mm crochet hook, double knit yarn, you will need darning needle and 2 stitch markers. Start making 17 chains. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 17 chain stitches. Skip first and then make decrease with second. Now make increase in the second chain stitch. Place 2 single crochet in the second chain stitch, and then you need to make 13 single crochets. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Keep going till you have 13. Eleven, 12, and 13. You have 2 chain stitches left, and what we're gonna do with them, we will make decrease. There you go. Make chain 1, and we are going the other way around. We are going back. Start with decrease. Make 13 single crochets. I'm making this using a front loop only, single crochet. Some people do that in a back loop only. For me it's easier front loop, but it doesn't really matter. You can do it either way. And to be honest, for this double knit yarn, these little ridges for back loop, front loop, they're not really very noticeable, so if you don't want to be bothered, just ordinary single crochet will do, because I can't really notice those little ridges. Maybe if you use chunky yarn, aran yarn or worsted yarn, those ridges will be noticeable. Here they're not. You have made 13 single crochets. This one is number 13. And make 2 single crochets in the last stitch. So this side will have increase. Chain 1 at the end of the row. I always put chain 1 to secure the stitch. And cut the yarn. Then you attach next color. Don't count chain as a stitch. Attach the yarn with the first stitch. And make increase. 2 single crochet in the first stitch. To make things easier, I will put stitch marker in my first stitch. There you go. That way, if you're distracted or something, it will be easier, believe me. Make 13 single crochets, front loop only if you work in front loop. If you work in back loop, or work 13 single crochets back loop. As you've got some idea already, or maybe you saw those bubbles, it always goes one side, you will always have increase, and on the other side you will always make decrease. So this is a swirly pattern that we create by making increase and decrease. And you've made 13, and you have 2 stitches left. What to do with them? Make decrease. I don't remember when to make increase, when to make decrease, so I make 13 single crochet and then I am dealing with the last stitch. I will have only one row of this sparkly yarn and then 2 rows of white followed by 2 rows of red. So it will be 2 rows of white, 1 row of sparkly, and 2 rows of red. Attach in red and start making decrease. On this side of the pattern we are making decrease, so decrease every time. And I will put stitch marker. It will help, it really helps, believe me, it helps to identify your last stitch. Make 13 single crochets, front loop only I'm making. And this will be a medium size bubble that fits nicely in the palm of your hand. If you want larger bubble, you will need to increase amount of chain stitches at the beginning, or if you want smaller bubble, decrease it. And this is literally the base of the pattern. Later on I will show you how to create the bubble from this. And you've made how many? 13, and you have one last stitch left. You can only make increase in this last stitch, nothing else you can make with it. So I always count 13 and dealing with the last stitch. Chain 1, turn, going backwards, begin the row with increase, make then 13 single crochets again, believe me, this looks complicated, but when you start making it, it will sink in and you will get what you are making. It's not so complicated after all. After your first bubble, you will knock those bubbles in no time. Only because it is single crochet, it is a little bit time consuming, but it looks great. Create as many bubbles as you want, maybe play with colors. This pattern is 2 white, 1 sparkly, 2 red, then it will be 1 sparkly, then it will be 2 white, then it will be again 1 sparkly, 2 red. After you made 13, you have 2 stitches left, and what to do with them? Decrease. And helping the stitch marker, you can clearly see your last stitch. That really helps. Chain 1 and cut the yarn. Right now you can clearly see which side you are making decreases, which side you are making increases. Just be consistent. This side decrease, so you start your next row with decrease. And I'm making this row of sparkly. So you start with decrease, then making 13 single crochets, increase on the other side, and then you will keep going with this pattern till you have made 18 rows in total. You will have something like that, and then we will stitch the sides together, making a tube. First you need to attach and secure the yarn. You should have the same amount of stitches, so stitch to stitch is nice. You can see that I did not break my pattern. It goes white and sparkle, just as the pattern calls. If you are making different pattern, different colors, so make sure you don't break the pattern. Maybe it will not be 18 rows, maybe it will be different amount of rows depending on the pattern you are using. And I'm sure 1-2 rows, it will not really make much difference in the size of this bubble. Those ends are quite annoying. I may come with a different pattern, maybe to alter it slightly, and don't cut the yarn at the end of the rows. Write in the comments how you're dealing with those ends. Do you prefer the pattern where you cut the yarn and then dealing with the ends, or do you prefer to just pattern with without cutting the yarn? What do you do? I love those colored patterns when where you've got lots of different yarn involved, and it's really using the rest of your yarn, maybe like a scrap yarn project. You can see I'm going around one end of my tube just to gather those ends together. You make large stitches and then you just pull. If you've got a foam bauble or maybe your old Christmas decoration bauble, maybe you can fit this inside. My Christmas decorations are still up the loft, so I will insert toy stuffing. Make couple more stitches just to secure this end. Keep those tails inside, they will be fine. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, put notification bell. If you like this pattern, put thumbs up, maybe save it or share with your friends. That really helps my channel grow. So you hide those tails inside the bubble. If you have old decoration bubble, put it inside, or if you don't, put some toy stuffing. Attach the yarn on the other side of the tube and do exactly the same with this side as well. Run around with large stitches around the end, and then we will pull the end connecting those bits. Although it looks complicated, but it's not really complicated at all once you start making it. After you put your stuffing, don't worry, it will be rather ugly shape. So don't worry, I will help you, I will show you how to deal with it. It always happens like that, don't worry. What you do, you just shape it with your hands, maybe just roll it like you would roll the dough, and it will come in a nice ball shape afterwards. So don't be alarmed, don't be scared straight away. Don't say that you've done something wrong. It's nothing wrong with it. It is just how it goes. Make a couple more stitches just to secure this side. And in the end I will show you how to attach the loop nicely. Hanging loop. I know it is a little trick. I saw how one girl is doing on YouTube, not on YouTube, on TikTok, and I quite liked it. I did it differently, but I think this way is just great. So I'll show you in a minute. After you shape it, after you've done it, choose the yarn for the loop. In my case it will be white. Make a knot at the end. There you go, and this will be our loop. So then I will be using my hook and taking this loop through. And that's what you do. You just put one end through and pull. There you go. It's so easy, and I love how it goes. You can tuck that little knot in, but it looks great, it's very nice, it's very neat. So there you go. Merry Christmas!